everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 90. What the fuck number is this?
96.
I know.
96, yeah. Slice is on the ball. I'm not.
Yeah, I guess.
Someone has to.
Casey's here. Hello, Casey. Everybody say hi to Casey. Yay, Casey.
Hi.
And we have Slicer.
Listeners, close your eyes, would you kindly? Let my sound drift through your ears. You are safe now. Welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast.
What the fuck just happened?
It'll make sense once I get to my week, don't worry.
Okay. And Kenchi?
Hi, I'm Kenchi618. And get a job, you lazy-ass bum. Stop listening to me and contribute to society. What are you doing today? Listening to me? Ah!
Nah, indeed. Okay. Zero's not here because he is enjoying the fine, fun time of having white liquid sprayed into his face.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
We're going to elaborate on that,
again.
or...?
No, I think it just sounds fine on its own.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Sure.
The fuck are we doing, dude?
I should probably go last.
Okay. Ken, you want to go first?
What
You can fall asleep after that way.
am I doing? I'm not doing a goddamn thing. I'm trying to write more stuff because I haven't in a while because my schedule's been fucked. And I've been doing all sorts of fun things, like, training to get accustomed to a new shift, and wrestling, and other things that take up a lot of time and energy and make me tired. So, yeah, trying to get back in the swing of things. From the fans, because Kenji 618's about the people at heart.
The people you just told to fuck off?
I can do that.
Okay. Kenshi can do that. Ken, are you still awake?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You sure?
You'll know when I'm not.
No, I won't. That's the problem.
Continue.
This is your section. You talk about...
Alright, I'm trying to get some work done on Less Than Zero, and I've also started some side things, original works, and I need to learn how to draw so I can actually do something with that original work. So I gotta teach myself how to draw again. I did it before. It can be done again.
You can just commission people,
I would like them to know what they're drawing before I have them draw it, and I believe my descriptions would suck, so I'd like to at least be able to draw good enough so they would know what they were doing to make it better.
That's a good idea, right?
That's really all I want out of the drawing. It's just passable enough that they can understand, that's what that's roughly supposed to look like. Okay, this will be easy. That's all I want. I already have a guy lined up for it as soon as I get stuff together.
Cool.
Time to make some goddamn money around here.
Yeah, it's not like you just got promoted at work.
I don't want
on full time.
I don't want to work for people. I want to work for my goddamn self.
That was a weird intonation, but okay.
Take this job and shove it. Or be my own boss.
You were very, very hesitant about saying that out loud, weren't you?
I really was. I don't know who listens to this. I could be getting fired soon for saying that.
True.
You killed me, Casey. You've killed me. Do you realize this?
I didn't. You did. I get blamed for everything around here.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, that's pretty much it, really.
Okay. I guess I'll go next. What have I been doing? Played a bunch of the Old Republic. Still fun. Like 2 levels away from the cap on the main character. Yay!
Finally?
Almost finished the game. Almost finished the game right before the new expansion comes out. So, yay! Yay! At which point I'm going to start, my second character. So, that's what's going to happen.
An evil person, I hope.
You're going to take it years to make this one, too?
Yeah, I played a good guy Sith for this first character, so...
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as long as you're still, being beneficial to the Empire, they don't really care what you do.
Oh.
You're a Sith. You are literally in charge of everything. Anyone that isn't another Sith, you can boss around to your heart's content. It's kind of awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so... I'm thinking of playing as an evil Republic trooper.
Boy, is that going to be the exact opposite. You are everyone's bitch.
Yeah.
You're the mook that survives through the whole movie.
Pretty much, yes, actually.
Yeah. I think the Republic trooper backstory is you are supposed to be part of this elite squad. Or rather, you are the rookie of this elite squad, and then the rest of the squad gets killed immediately. So, you are the elite squad at that point.
Yeah, your first mission is finding their corpses, so...
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting, I guess. Aside from that, what else? Work is annoying. A lot of heavy lifting, a lot of opening boxes and flat packing boxes and boxes and boxes. So many boxes. So many boxes.
Have you opened a box inside of a box yet?
Yes. Several times. That's how a lot of our stuff comes in.
Awesome.
Worst thing is, we have no scissors anymore.
What?
So if I want to open a box that has been literally sellotaped on every edge, because that's apparently how they do it, I have to get my keys, punch a hole in the sellotape, and rip it open by hand.
That's why I carry something to open stuff with, so I don't have to do...
You're not allowed to do that.
You don't have a box cutter?
Dumb.
Nope. Health and safety. We're not allowed to carry them unless, I don't know, we're an engineer or something.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Box cutters are sharp, I guess.
Yeah. So are corners and walls sometimes.
And cardboard. I got a paper cut today, so yeah.
You should record a box in a box in a boxing match. You should do that.
What?
Maybe we get these tiny boxes so I could put those on my hands and get one of the other coworkers to do the same, and then we could have a boxing match. Boxing match.
I'm cool with that.
Anyway, yeah, so box is a fun word. I like the word box. There's a reason why there is a box expansion to the fucking Cards Against Humanity game.
It's true.
It's just
They're
a
pretty
fun
great.
word on its own. We need to play more of that at some point.
Yeah, I'd be down.
How about when we actually get everyone together for once?
I'd be down.
Yeah, so I continue to be constantly wanting to write, and yet never being able to because work, and podcast, and editing. Actually, editing I could probably do at the same time, but it splits my focus, and I don't like to do that when I'm writing. Anyway. So yeah, pretty boring. Slicer, do you want to go?
Sure. First off, and to explain my opening, I started listening to Welcome to Night Vale, the podcast. It's really good. Sentences don't end when they should, they're not said how they should, things don't really make sense, but they're strangely alluring. So, you should probably listen to that. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I hear it is, yeah.
Unfortunately, it only opens or updates once every 2 weeks or something like that. But there's also 75 episodes Plus, I think 3 of them are 2-part episodes, so there's a lot
That's the
there.
one where they intended to have the protagonist be completely descriptionless, so you don't know. It's basically you are the protagonist, in effect, for an audio show.
We know
Only
his name, and
it
it's a
becomes
radio
a generic.
show. He's just
It becomes a generic
he's described as
brown-haired guy
not
with
tall,
glasses.
not short.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Fan art has just made him a generic brown guy with glasses.
Pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, thanks, fan art. They give you a character that is completely... could be anything, and you make him exactly the same. You have to standardize him.
To be fair, he sounds like a typical white person. Cultured, maybe, but...
Okay, anything else?
Yes. So, yesterday, my mom was cleaning her car, and wouldn't you know it, bees showed up.
Bees?
Lots and lots of bees. They just kind of moved into her car. So, after like an hour of freaking out, we decided to take the, what was that? The Cult. They played the loud music. Yeah.
What?
There was a compound with cults, and they played really loud music so they'd stay awake for a long time to get them to surrender. Anyway,
okay. I think they parodied that in South Park.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
With Cher.
Yeah. And so we took that approach. We played Rob Zombie as loud as the stereo could go. And it was really funny because the bees forgot how to fly. They just fell out of the air. It was the coolest thing.
That kind of makes sense, because the vibrations would ruin the thing, the wings vibrations and stuff, right?
Sure.
It's pretty cool.
All I know is we got to stomp on all of them. So that was fun.
I like the way you introduced that story, like, the bee shit.
Bees?
Yeah, bees.
Not the bees! Not the bees! Someone had to do the other main.
Yeah. Anyway, while this was happening, between the bees showing up and the bees dying, we had 2 quote-unquote painters show up at our house. They did not have painting equipment, but they were advertising a painting service that they could do right away. So, I don't know who they were, but my 6'5" brother scared them off.
Yeah, that'd be thieves casing your house.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. We do get them from time to time. We live out in the middle of nowhere. We're pretty much the perfect target. But speaking of potential thieves, somebody parked outside our house just a little up the street at 1 a.m. And so we, as any sane person, called the cops. And the cops showed up. And it was the funniest fucking thing ever. Because it was a guy and his girlfriend. And the guy had just flown in from out of state, and they didn't want to park outside her parents' house. The implications are pretty obvious.
Slicer.
So they had...
From now on,
what?
From now on, I am calling you Cockblockion the Magnificent.
Yeah, sure. Look, we didn't know that was that at the time. Their story was they had lost their keys. So, yeah, okay, whatever. But we thought they were just like an actual threat, because that happens. People try to steal the stuff outside our house. There's a lot of meth, and there's a lot of chemicals out here that go into meth. So, yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Cockblockion?
No. Well, aside from the convention, yeah, okay. Should I talk about the convention for the next half hour?
Yes. Kills time. I'm okay with that.
Alright, awesome then. Do you guys know what...
Incidentally, I'm changing your name on Skype to Cockblockion.
Sure, okay. Do you guys know what ragbri is? Well, okay.
Regbra?
Ragbri.
No idea what that is.
Can't you? You know what that is?
I do not.
Alright. You just changed my name, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Great. Alright. Well, it's this cross-country biking thing, and they kind of take over the town they're part of. Their route goes different ways, different years. And this year they were going right through where the convention was. So that street, that section of the town was completely blocked off. And it sucked. Because it's like, we got there at about 8 o'clock because my brother was working as staff this year. And so I had to go pick up a friend, the same one I had actually escorted around last year, Alice, and at about 11, it's, according to Google Maps, it is an 8-minute drive to her house. It took us an hour to get back. Yeah, because of traffic and, and people with tight clothing that should not be wearing tight clothing that are old on bikes. We had to sit in that and just watch it for 45 minutes.
All that eye candy.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it.
Hard candy, probably.
Yeah. So, one, they're probably not going to be asked to come back because, one, it was a massive problem. Two, they were harassing con-going women, which was an issue. And three, they had a cross-promotion deal where anybody going to Anime Iowa got this green band, and then you'd get 50% off food at Ragbri, because they had a bunch of food stalls set up. And they weren't accepting those at all. So, yeah, that's not the greatest of reputations at this point. After that, we pretty much spent the next hour hanging out with my brother's friend Travis, who lives in Maryland, and he's been friends with my brother for like 8 years. This is the first time they met.
Which brother?
Nick.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? He's from Maryland.
Well, it's the internet age. Anybody can be friends with anybody.
Not in Iowa.
To be fair, Tyler does have a lot of long-distance friends online.
Well, all right then. Color me incorrect. Sorry, Tyler. My bad.
Would that be a sort of, I don't know, I guess that would be a sort of teal color? Incorrect?
I don't know what color incorrect would be. It's open.
No, I guess incorrect would be red, because red means wrong.
Yeah, buzzer.
Anyway.
Yeah, after that we just...
I'll figure it out.
There was a lot of wandering, and this is one of those times where we just wandered. Oh, yeah, we got into the dealer's room half an hour early, because I was a sponsor, and I had worked out that she was on disability, because, the whole scoliosis thing. Yeah. So not standing in lines is a bad idea. So we wandered around the dealer's room when it was virtually empty, and that was a new experience. It was weird. All the dealers were looking at us.
You can actually get stuff and do stuff?
Yeah, I guess. If there was anything there I wanted. I ended up not actually getting anything. Oh well. It was cool to look, and I was actually tempted to get Silent Hill 2 on the PS2 before I remembered I already have that game on the PS2. It was just a different case. So, whoops. It's a good thing I didn't do that, because it was like $30.
It was probably the special... I think I have that one, actually. The special edition one. It comes with a DVD. I forget what's on it.
I don't think so, actually. It was just a regular game. Yeah. Oh, well. It was cool, though. And, you guys familiar... Well, okay, neither of you are Ava fans, I assume. I know Casey.
Am I a fan of Evangelion, the preachy piece of crap that doesn't actually mean anything even close to what I think it means?
Yeah. Anyway, they have a panel called Rebuild of Evangelion, and they had a live recording of their Dummy Plug podcast, and I was on that. So that was cool. I would have pimped the Fandom Flux podcast, but I was just a member of the audience. I wasn't actually a special guest or anything.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, well. There was the fire alarm went off in the middle of the episode. So their 27th episode, I think it is going to be very entertaining. If they include it. I urged them to include it because it's funny. Apparently they had some electricians working with some wires, and they accidentally bumped something they shouldn't have when it was still live, so it set it off. There was no fire, and there was no prank. It was just an accident. So best case scenario, basically. After that, in the same room, there was the Ultimate Hero Boot Camp, which was essentially just 45 minutes of working out. They just...
Well, if you want to be an ultimate hero, I mean, yeah.
They just called the moves different things to match up, like the Astro Boy glide and... Yeah. Oh, one of them was the Shinji position, which was just like sitting on your butt position. And then curling into the fetal position.
Yeah.
And balancing yourself on like your tailbone or whatever.
Yeah, when I think ultimate hero, I think Shinji Ikari. Yeah.
They had some stuff from Bleach. I think they had a JoJo one. They had a 3D maneuver gear one I should be doing more often because it helps with balance, which I'm really bad with. Yeah, so I'll be doing some of those, I guess, regularly. It was nice.
Make sure to call them by the right names.
Of course, right.
By which I mean the ultimate hero names.
Of course.
Be sure to practice your Shinji position a lot. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
It is, actually. It works everything. Yeah. After that, we just kind of wandered around a bit before going home. And that was the Friday. On Saturday, we actually had Travis stay with us over the weekend, so that was pretty cool. Got to know him a bit more in person instead of just online. Apparently he's better at chopping wood than my brother is, so they had a wood chopping manly hour or something. I don't even... I just stayed away from that.
These are the things you need to record for posterity, Slice of this. I would have loved to see that.
You miss out on so many opportunities, it's not even funny. It's a little funny, but still.
It was pitch black outside. How was I going to record that?
That's what lights are for.
We don't have those. See, we had 2 streetlights in our yard, and then the weather took out one of them, and then our stupid fucking landlord took out the other one and didn't replace it. So it's completely dark outside. Yeah.
Damn. So you don't got no, like, night vision effect on your phone?
No.
Damn.
I have great night vision. The phone does not. Yeah. So, after a decent night's sleep and a very clogged bathroom, shower, marathon, basically. Nobody shared the shower, weirdly enough. I kind of assumed Nick and Travis would, because they're super gay for each other. We arrived at the con. I had a Lolita social hour with a friend of mine, which meant I sat there and looked awkward while she wandered around and talked. And then I got up and then repaired my knee pad for like 20 minutes.
No, we need to backtrack. Lolita social hour? What?
Yeah. Like frilly, cute dresses and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not small people.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. After that was over, right across the hall was the Controversies of Cosplay. And the same person who ran it last year. They had a guest this time, so that was pretty cool. And she was, she admitted this out loud, the first thing, pretty much, a very sassy black woman. So that made the panel very interesting and very fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't even remember anything that happened specifically in that panel. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's more browsing after that. More wandering around taking pictures. I do have pictures. I'll upload them when I can.
Okay.
But, internet. Yeah, lovely. There was no dongs this time.
What?
Yeah, remember last year when I said somebody was wearing a skin-tight suit and there was just penis?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was none of that. No nipples either.
Dang.
I know, right? For either gender, I did not see anything. I was kind of disappointed.
You think they learned their lesson?
No.
Maybe?
No.
No, they were in the bike race. That's what was going on.
Probably. Freaking God, I hate Rag Bride.
Poor Slicer didn't have to see any dong this time.
Yeah.
We all know
or
that's what he went
or
for.
anything else that I'd be interested in, None of that. Kind of a shame. After that, we got to the best part of the con, which was the Dagger Here sword fighting panel, which is my LARPing group. There were 4 of us with 3 additional people, acting as, security and sign-up sheets and stuff like that. So we had 7 people. We expected 50 people to show up. We had 400.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we had a lot.
You're underestimating the unpopularity of your own hobby, dude.
Apparently. We had a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. We demonstrated the rules, demonstrated some of the weapons. We had this giant 2-handed sword that something's wrong with it, so we can't actually use it in battle, but we demonstrated it. And the person organizing the panel, Lilith, got me in the mouth with it. She demonstrated a stab and meant to hit me in the chest and just got me full in the mouth. I'm really glad the core hadn't busted through that, because I would have got a plexiglass rod to the mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been great. But the crowd loved it, so hey, whatever. After that, we had team battles. We each picked 4 people from the audience, which was not hard. There was a lot of them. And then had them fight. Well, I tried to give tips, but I had 30 seconds with each team, so I couldn't really do anything. My team kept losing, actually. It was 2-3. I was only winning 1 of 3 times. And so I was getting taunted by the other team leader. I realize now I should have challenged her to a fight, but at the time I wasn't thinking about it. It would have been great. Because she's not a very good fighter, and I could have just dominated the fight. It would have been saved some face at least. Oh well. So after that was all over and we'd all had a cool down from the panic attack we were having, I wandered around and got some more pictures. So yay.
Yay, pictures.
And at some point that day we got pizza. I can't remember specifically when, but they had a restaurant inside the hotel and we got some food there.
Yay, pizza.
It was pretty good.
Was it good pizza?
It was pretty good, actually, yeah. Of course, it took 45 minutes to get there, and we were only one of 3 groups that were there, so I don't know why it took them so long, but, whatever.
Was it the shitty thin crust pizza, or was it the good, deep dish pizza?
Not quite deep dish, but it was a good size.
Okay, cool. I like good pizza. And
that was basically the Saturday. I mean, there were a few other things, minor stuff, running around, met some people, that kind of thing. And, but the next day, we started with Shiny New Anime, which was just this, 2-hour panel about upcoming anime that are coming out. I got a sheet somewhere with all the names on it, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to seeing. So that's.
I'm sure you and Zero can have a nice long conversation about it next week.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably seen all of them.
It's been a long time since I've been able to do the whole snoring on recording gag, but, I can bring it back if people want it that badly.
Yeah. After that, more pictures, more wandering, and for an hour. Then we did cosplay chess. I don't know if I just explained this last year, but so there's these styrofoam mats you lay down. They're different colors. I think it's white and blue we used this year. And so you just get up there and you stand up there as chess pieces, and then 2 people on the side play a chess game.
You did talk about this.
Yeah, last year I was a pawn, so I just stood there for 45 minutes and then died. This year I moved up to a knight and I took out some people. It was great.
Yeah.
The only one I actually remember was a great Perona from One Piece.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and the full outfit even had these white eye contacts. It was weird, but cool.
Awesome.
My team won, but I did get taken out before the end, so that kind of sucked. But victory, awesome, yay.
Yay.
After that, there was more wandering, and I was treated to sushi for the second time in my life, so that was cool. I
still need to try sushi.
Yeah. It's expensive as fuck, but
yeah, I know.
It's really good.
Yeah, they do shitty fast food sushi places in some cities in England. I went to a gig in, where the fuck was it? Lincolnshire, I think it was. And they had this shitty sushi fast food place. And it was the cheapest thing on the menu was £10. So even shitty fast food is twice any other price for fast food. It's kind of ridiculous.
Wow. It seems like sushi is not one of those things you want to skimp on when it comes to...
Yeah, it is raw fish still, so you probably... Yeah.
I forget what I got, the exact name of it, but it was just some kind of roll. Then I think it was salmon and some other white fish, but I'm not sure what it was called.
Whitefish?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the fish was the color white, off-white. Yeah. Anyway.
You got cod, didn't you? You basically had cold fish fingers, is what you had.
Well, that part of it. It was just rice with a bit of fish on top. I don't know what that's actually called. Yeah.
Sushi.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go with that. After that was closing ceremony, and we had the awards that were handed out, and guess who won Best Interactive Panel and Best Overall Panel? Us. Fucking us. We won, yes! Dagger Sword Fighting won. Not Fandom Flux, sorry. We weren't in that, so that would be pretty weird.
We should be.
Yeah.
You should nominate us next time.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever, we're affiliated, so we win by default. Yay!
Yay!
It's true. Yeah. I think I might have kicked a bunch of people when I was kind of sprinting up the stage. Yeah.
Hey,
well, that's what you do when you accept an award.
Hey, Slicer. Hey, Slicer, for your LARPing thing, do you have an emblem?
Yeah, actually.
What is the emblem?
The sacrifice skill ability from Diablo 2.
Damn it.
Why?
I wanted to be the fan.
Oh.
It should be the fan.
Tell you what, I'm planning on making another outfit, so when I make another shield, I'll put a fan on it.
Damn straight you will.
Alright. That
Good
worked.
show, Cockblocky on. I'm glad you're with us on this one.
Thanks. Right.
Says Cockblocky on the Magnificent. I'm laughing way too hard at that.
What? Why? Why did you... Okay.
He's probably not even the one that made the call.
No, I wasn't, actually. I came down like halfway through everything.
Doesn't matter.
I was involved, sort of.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But in fairness, you also cockblocked yourself, so... Yeah.
Okay, you say that, but it was just a clerk interested in what I was buying, because she had played them.
Just doesn't get it, does he, Ken?
Just leave it alone, man.
Oh well, anything else, Lisa?
Right. So I failed to mention it until now, but I was part of the volunteer group to set up the con and take it down. So after closing ceremony, there was takedown, and my brother had actually been working on a project for the staff. We got like 20 large pizzas, and they got a full-page ad in the program book. So that was like dead drop or something like that is what they called it, the party afterward. And so after we'd taken the stuff down and our boss had said she liked us the best, me and my brother, because we did all the work, basically. Fucking freeloaders. We were going to go to that, but Nick and Tyler can't eat dairy and gluten and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick's like, let's just go home. I'll buy you a fucking pizza. And so I got to enjoy a better pizza because Casey's pizza is a hell of a lot better than Pizza Hut. Fuck off.
Thanks?
No, not... Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, the pizza from Casey, our venerable leader, is better than Pizza Hut.
Fucking A. Had to pay the airfare on that shit. You have no idea how much the delivery cost.
Whatever. You can't make hot dog pizza.
That's disgusting. Why would you ever want that?
You absolutely can. They do that in Domino's.
Oh, God, it's disgusting.
Well, they did, at least. It was hot dog stuffed crust. They also did a bacon cheese stuffed crust. That was good, too.
Okay, hot dog stuffed crust is basically just corn dogs. So, sure, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But, that's my week, I believe. All of it.
Okay. So, I guess that's done with what we're doing. What we're doing is done. So, next is the overused copycat character. So, Ken came up with this topic, so he needs to tell us exactly what that is, because I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused, too.
So let's say there's a breakout character in some movie or some television series or an anime or something. And then works that follow in the same genre or otherwise just start. They don't even try and make any real differences in the character. They just use the same archetype for the character. You'll see an explosion of the same kind of character come up, like the brooding, tough guy with a heart of gold or something. It's done a lot with, like, I've seen it the most with, like, I've seen a lot with, like, Wolverine and stuff. Like, characters like that. Easily copied characters that you see making the rounds.
Okay, so it's an archetype that suddenly explodes in popularity, and then everyone just jumps on the bandwagon and wants more of that kind of character. I think I just said bandwagon.
You did, yes. That's a completely different thing.
I could jump on the
bandwagon. It's my fucking... It's my sinuses. I'm all blocked up, so it's my G's are coming out. My D's are coming out G's.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, so it's an archetype that just, explodes in popularity, and then everyone just wants to follow that and do that.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like
examples?
The Goku archetype. Idiot hero. Idiot anime hero protagonist.
Yeah.
I was about to suggest that one, actually. The stupid hero is really...
How many of those did we have, actually? I mean, I know we got Naruto, who was kind of that, but not quite, and he did have a lot of actual personality to him. Luffy was definitely one of those. He was, like, basically carbon copy, really.
Does that dude from the manga we read and completely crapped on for being completely unoriginal count?
The sorcerer one?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be one for Naruto, I think.
Absolutely.
God.
Hell, you could call that overused copycat manga, really.
Yeah.
I just remember that deconstruction of that series was brutal.
We were pretty rough on that one, but I still think it deserved it. It was so...
It was pretty bad.
I've got to go back and watch that episode. Grunkle Funkle Casey's first chapter explosion or something.
Yeah. Forgot you had me name it that. Yeah. So yeah, you see that. I think Ken went more for the protagonist role of the stupid hero, but I think more you have the brooding genius character is much more of one.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't think of a shonen series that hasn't had that character.
Never usually the hero, but always somewhere.
No. Yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, Sasuke, obviously, Uryu from Bleach, Code Geass, who was the protagonist, so, fuck. We haven't mentioned it in so long, I'm getting the name wrong again. Code Geass, Lelouch was obviously one as well. Yeah, so that's really, 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 really common.
Let's see.
And that Sorcerer one had that too, but again, it's... Anyway, you were going to say something, Ken?
I'm trying to think of a Western example.
Does the violent redhead trope count?
Yes.
Or character archetype?
Yes, it does.
Because that's
that's
everywhere. Any character that has red hair, yeah.
Someone's going to get hit real soon when that character is introduced. You don't even need to see hear or talk first.
I would say for Western examples, I would say the personality deficient character that is somehow the chosen one.
Yeah, that's really common. Just the regular person.
Mm-hmm.
Or even less than regular person, just basic person. I guess that kind
Yeah.
of feeds into a lot of Western stuff, though. It's a lot of Western media seems to be power fantasy based rather than telling a story.
A little bit. Well,
or if it is telling a
it.
story, it's telling a story about that person.
It seems to be going more that direction now. I don't think historically that's been the case. I think that's just a very modern trend that has appeared. But it's definitely a thing that's just it keeps happening over and over and over again, and I'm really sick of it by now.
Yeah.
Trying to think of something in games now.
Games?
That's kind of a reappearance of the stupid hero. Not usually stupid, but more like ignorant. They just don't know what's going on. And nobody will tell them anything, because the player needs to be ignorant too.
Yeah, that's more people haven't figured out how to actually write for games yet. Some companies are starting to get the hang of it. Most of them aren't. It's just not a skill that's developed properly yet.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love some villains, I'm not supposed to love the villain. That's kind of a problem.
You're not supposed to, but yeah.
When I love the villain more than I love the protagonist, or more than I love the protagonist, or even the supporting characters, that should be a problem, shouldn't it? Far Cry 4.
Yeah, that game was... Wow. I wanted to kill both of those people and then just join Pagan Min.
I think everyone did. See, it tried to do the thing that Borderlands did, where it had the, evil guy who you kind of like anyway, just constantly talking to you for the entire game. But the thing with Borderlands is it did that, yes, but it also made the protagonist side likable as well. Far Cry 4 just kind of had everyone be dickheads, including Pagan Min, but he was a likable dickhead at least.
And if you're going to be an asshole, you better be a likable asshole. The immortal words of Handsome Jack.
I mean, he gave me Crab Rangoon. He offered to kill the guy that made me Crab Rangoon when I ran from the table.
He also offered to kill his family, his dog, his neighbors. But, I mean, that's just being thorough, I guess.
Yeah. You don't want any more terrible chefs to show up after that one. Causes that kind of a problem. You just don't want that problem to crop up ever again.
Yeah, the game also, Borderlands, also went out of its way to show you that, yeah, Jack is just fucking evil.
Yeah, and Pagan Min just, no.
No,
he's kind of a dictator, but no worse than the other two were ever going to be once they got in power.
He's kind of strict, and the North Side lived in, like, Big Brother territory, but it seemed safe and secure, and, yeah. Seemed fine, for the most part. Better than me driving around badly running people over. I'm a really bad driver in video games, by the way. I cannot tell you how many civilians I ran over. Or shot because I needed a convenient vehicle and the other one was like 20 feet away.
I wish your connection was much better so we could all play Grand Theft Auto and you could show the world just how awful a person you are.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anyway. We got anything else to say for the overused thing?
It can be a bad thing in excess, but you can't avoid doing it. Sometimes it really is the best approach to use the regular basic guy as protagonist.
I think the thing about the overused characters, they overuse because someone did something really amazing and made a great piece of work that people were inspired by. So they want to do, hey, that's amazing. I want to do something like that, but I have this other idea. The thing is, you have to make the other ideas interesting enough that it will stand out from the crowd. Because if it's just the same thing again, no one will care. They've already seen it.
Yeah. It's not always easy. And if it's too different, they don't want it because it's too different. So.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, Ken suggested Naruto was a copy of Goku. As an idiot hero archetype, yes, but he had enough character backstory and nuance to the character, at least at the beginning, that it made it somewhat interesting. And especially very different from the Luffy and the Goku that came before. So it's adding that extra dimension to the character so that they're more than just the archetype that you're basing it on.
So you're saying character development is important?
Development, yes, obviously, but establishing that the character is more than just the basic trope is also very important.
Makes sense.
Okay. Anything else to be said?
I do not believe so.
If you're going to make a character like that, make them as much Seto Kaiba as possible. There can never be enough Seto Kaiba copies. Never.
I don't know who that is.
From
The
Yu-Gi-Oh.
villain from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Blue Eyes White Dragon guy.
I still don't know who that is.
That's unfortunate.
Just Google him.
No.
You know, screw the rules, I have money.
That could, like... See, that's an overused copycat character, because that's been done so many times. Mr. Burns probably came before Seto Kaiba.
Have you ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
No.
Watch
because
it.
I tried watching it, and it was shit. Though, in fairness, I just watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and that's... doesn't even hold a candle to it, so...
The quality
Probably why.
nowadays is about the same, but yes, the first 20 episodes are a little rough. Not writing-wise, just like production-wise.
Okay, next topic is the Centerpiece Spectacular. This is the big blowout moment in the work that everyone is going to talk about. Not necessarily the climax, though it could be, but more just the moment that really has the biggest impact where, you know, people are going to remember it more than anything else in the work. So, for example, probably Avengers 2. You had the Hulkbuster fight, that was a thing that they spoiled in the trailers, which was shit. But,
They spoiled a lot of things in the trailers for that movie.
no kidding. I really wish I hadn't read about fucking, what's his name? The robot. The other robot.
Don't. Stop talking. I haven't seen it yet.
That's why I was, you know, being very vague. I wasn't not remembering. I was just being vague.
Oh, thanks.
So, nice job, Ken.
What? It's been months. It's been months. What do you
That
want?
doesn't mean it's out on DVD.
So yeah, that. Or, Bioshock, would you kindly? No one's going to remember the climax of that game because it was shit.
Hold on. 1 second.
And it made you vibrate. So, you know, that's unfortunate as well. Whenever anyone mentions the ending of Bioshock, you end up just in your chair. It's unpleasant. You don't want to think about it. But the would you kindly moment was so perfectly put together, and the setup was great and all of that, and made a properly CGI'd scene. The first time you actually meet another character face to face. Yeah. It was a very significant moment and a good twist. And it was the centerpiece of the whole story. And then it went to shit immediately afterwards. So, you know.
Wait, which event are we
It's
talking about?
Bioshock, meeting with Andrew Ryan. A man chooses a slave obeys.
that
You
one,
beat him
okay.
at a golf club. Yeah, that one.
For some reason, I thought that was in the second game, which would not make any sense. So
No, it wouldn't.
that was just me.
Because the second game was entirely shit and not just, you know.
See, you say that, but
The-
I like that game. So, too bad.
Yeah.
The Mines of Moria scene from Lord of the Rings. First one.
Yeah.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, that was a thing.
I need to figure out how this website spells centerpiece so I can look up the trope.
E-R.
E-R,
Yeah,
not R.
the wrong way. It's the wrong way.
It's
yeah.
the American way, which is the right way. Shut your dirty mouth.
It's the wrong way.
American
we made the
and right are synonymous.
We made the language, we make the rules, motherfucker.
Yeah, well,
Not
we
anymore.
change language and beat your ass, and we make the rules. Yeah, USA, USA.
You find it?
Yeah, I found it. Apparently the pod race in the Phantom Menace was supposed to be this.
No
What?
way. Nuh-uh. I fell asleep during that.
Well, you know, they actually said it in the film. It was supposed to be tense. It was tense.
So tense, I passed out for like an hour and missed the rest of the movie.
Oh, what a shame. You missed out on so much, Ken. I'm so sorry for you. God. To miss, like, most of the Phantom Menace, the most irreplaceable film in the Star Wars canon.
To be fair, the pod racing games were actually a lot of fun.
Of course it's the most important movie in the entire Star Wars franchise. It gave you child Anakin Skywalker.
That's what we needed.
Are you an angel? That was great. You know what? I love child Anakin Skywalker. Because he's so shit, it's a joy to watch. Hell, regular Anakin Skywalker kind of too. Yeah.
You know, the animated series Anakin Skywalker was pretty badass.
The animated series? You mean Clone Wars, I guess?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because they made another one called Rebels, and I think that's after Episode 3. Setting, anyway.
That would explain the title, yes.
Hmm. Yeah. God, there are not a lot of examples in this trope.
Yeah, you gotta come up with most of them yourself.
It's very strange. Mostly for the superhero films. I'm not entirely sure why.
Aerith dying in Final Fantasy.
Oh, that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pick a series in your head, and whatever the most memorable moment is, that works.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The nuke scene in... what's it called? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first
that
nuke
was
scene,
definitely
and then they tried to repeat it like 3 times in the next game. It was stupid.
Yeah. Wow, this was such a powerful and impactful moment in this game that we made. I know, let's do it 3 more times in the next game. That won't make it dry and stale and boring. Anyway, I'm trying to.
So
I don't think you get this very much in TV shows for obvious reasons. You can't have a big centerpiece moment in a TV series when it's shown like either in 20-minute or 40-minute chunks, or 50 or an hour minute, whatever. You know what I mean?
Usually episodes are entirely based around that, so you can't really call it a centerpiece because you know it's coming for like half the episode. Not saying they all need to be big shocks, but I mean, there's a build-up there in TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on the style of the show. I mean, if it's a very, very serialized show, like Game of Thrones, then... Well, in fact, Game of Thrones is an adaptation, but you know what I mean. That's going to have its arc for the season, and the season is probably going to have a centerpiece moment that everyone's going to remember. I won't mention what they are for stupid spoiler reasons, and people would yell at me because they're assholes and idiots and think that... But...
It's Game of Thrones. Nobody cares.
Fair enough. Ned Stark dying in the first season. I don't know what happened in the second season and afterwards because I didn't watch it. The third season would be the Red Wedding. Yeah, so things like that. They do build to them and make it a big, impactful moment, usually letting you know it's coming in some way. Not necessarily through making it very, very obvious, but sometimes through a building tension that the audience feels, which is a very, very difficult thing to do for obvious reasons, for a writer to actually get that feeling to build in the audience and make it work. But yeah. So TV shows, sometimes, but not very often, because they don't usually allow for the serialized nature, and they prefer things to be self-contained more often than not.
Yeah. There's also the accidental factor to consider. It's not always the centerpiece they intended to be that is the centerpiece. I think the only time I could really... I would say Adventure Time, but they're usually pretty purposeful about slipping in details about, like, the Mushroom War and the past and stuff.
Yeah, what were you about to think about it? About to bring up?
Yeah, that's mostly what I was just thinking of. Vague stuff in shows, like background details that become a huge deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, video games where there's a centerpiece spectacular moment.
It's usually part of the opening. Like I was playing Infamous 1 and 2, and the first scene in Infamous is half the town blowing up. So
Yeah, I was trying to think of another point in the game after that could have counted as one, but I couldn't think of one. The thing that comes closest is the gigantic fight with all the trash men on the big-ass spire.
That is a pretty good one, actually, yeah.
Where Zeke kind of screws you and, like...
I found it incredibly irritating just playing through that, to be honest, but...
Yeah, the jumping puzzles were not amazing.
Yeah, so it might have been meant to be a centerpiece, but it was so frustrating just playing it that it ruined a lot of the impact. It's a funny thing about video games in particular, that it all has to mesh. You have to make it look good and be amazing and impressive, and wow, this thing is happening, this is so intense. This is tense, so to speak. But you have to also make it feel good. Like it's impactful, but you can still, go through it without it feeling awkward or irritating or get stuck and have to go back a bit so you can keep progressing forward in the way that you're quote-unquote supposed to. It's a difficult balance. Like, a big thing in games is you have camera control 99.9% of the time. So a centerpiece is either going to take away your control, so you will watch this and you will enjoy it, motherfucker, or it'll let you keep your control, but then it's a matter of you have to try and guide the player to look at the thing that they want you to look at.
Welcome to the problem the Fear series has had for every game.
Yeah, a music sting, and you're like, what happened? Like, 90 degrees to your left, there's a fucking skull on the wall or something, and you just didn't see it.
There's a bunch of stuff, like you usually go in an elevator, and the elevator cracks open and there's something peeking out, but I was checking behind me, so it's just... you just see a flash of light on the wall. It's stupid, but that happens all the time in that series. You just miss stuff because you're not looking in the right direction, the exact right direction. And that can happen in a lot of video games, not just that series, but that's the most prominent one that comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to say for the Centerpiece Spectacular?
Don't force it. Seems like the best advice we can give.
Don't force it.
I don't know, if you're going to make a big event, that's fine, but, like, don't... In fan fiction, it's not such a big deal, but don't force a massive event to be super popular. Just let it grow, I guess.
Also, if you're going to do it, make sure you have something that can stack up as the climax of whatever you're doing.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I think a big thing to have for this is to build up to it. All of the best ones do. I mean, Lord of the Rings, we mentioned earlier, You Shall Not Pass. They built up why it was such a bad idea to go into Moria, why this could really, really, really go wrong for them. And that there was a lot of behind-the-scenes meddling to make it so that they would have to go that way. Likewise, Avengers 2, the Hulk was having, let's say, problems, so the fight, there's kind of a setup for it and makes sense. You don't just go in and say, oh, this amazing big thing is happening now, you need to pay attention because this is super awesome, watch! That's not going to sit quite as well. Anything else?
I think that's all.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Good job. Okay, next is... Okay. Next is the plot tunnel. Talk about something before I talk about Fallout for the next half an hour.
Plot tunnel. Could you explain what it is first for the audience before you go try to hold stuff back?
A plot tunnel is when, in what is usually or supposed to be a mostly free roam game, you can go and do whatever you want. You can make decisions for how to progress in the storyline or in the missions and such things. Choose to be a good guy or a bad guy, or a neutral or whatever. This is when all of those choices are taken away from you. You will do what the plot demands you to do, and you will like it.
It's would you kindly turned into a trope. You might have a choice, or you might think you have a choice, but no, you don't. Get in there. Get in the robot, Shinji.
Any situation where they force party members on you in an RPG?
That's a good one, yeah.
Okay, call out for Baldur's Gate again being amazing, because they explicitly don't do that in Baldur's Gate 2. There is... The start of Baldur's Gate 2, you get captured by a mage, and he's being a bastard and torturing you and stuff. You escape for various reasons, and while you're trying to escape, you meet this other guy named Yoshino, I think it is. And he's like, yes, I've been trying to escape, but we need to get out of here quickly while the mage is distracted. And you can take him with you. And a few chapters later in the story, he will turn out to be a mole. And he was cursed by the mage to do his bidding and such things, so he will betray you then. Or you could not take him with you at the beginning of the game, in which case none of that will happen, because, you didn't take him with you, so there's no mole.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Another one less story-based and more gameplay-based is, either you play Evil Within?
No. That would be the Resident Evil style thing that was meh, right?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It also had this terrible problem of forcing you into the next area if you took a step too far in a different direction, or certain directions. Like, if you walk through a door, and there was two paths, and you walk through one of them, the door would lock behind you, and you would never be able to explore that second path. And there was no indicator of which one was the right way, quote-unquote. That happened constantly.
Yeah, completionist nightmare kind of thing.
It was bad.
Beating a dead horse here, but all of Far Cry 4. I don't care about you, Golden Path. Let me hang out with pagan men and shoot some guns and raise some hell.
God, that would have been such a better game.
It would have.
I would like a Far Cry where you're actually evil and they acknowledge that you're evil and you're doing bad things for the bad guys, for once.
Or you could actually make that the choice. Why did they give you a false choice between two guys that want basically the same thing when you had two factions? You could have chosen either one of those factions and then you could have... Why?
See, here's how it could have worked. You could have waited in the room, you could have dropped off your ashes, and when your dad, Pagan Min, comes back and we're like, we're going to raise some hell, then the game starts there, and then you got to take over the South. And then you success Pagan Min as the leader, because he steps down. It's like, hey, it's yours now. Whatever, I don't care. Words. And then that would have been a great game. Shorter, granted, but...
Well, if you side with Pagan Min, then it could be, you're hanging out with Pagan Min and he's not paying attention to what's going on, and in the meantime, all of his underlings have fucked up majorly, and, the Golden Path have taken over a bunch of territory, which you need to fight to get back.
Yeah,
sure, I can see that.
One of them was
actively... take over half of the North.
Yeah, because one of them was actively angry at him. Two of them were. Like, one of them that ran the prisons was pissed at him because he was soft, and the other one, Noor, who ran the arena, hated him in the first place. So you could have done stuff with that on the other side.
Yeah. So a lot of the game would have been pretty similar. It'd just be, reversed. But they didn't do that, because why would they give you a reason? It really does annoy me. I don't know why.
Because we already discussed it. There are no likable people in the Golden Path. I mean, maybe Herc or Hulk or whatever your co-op companion is, and you only meet him once, though, if you don't play co-op. And he's kind of an asshole. He's blatantly American. Let's go with that.
Oh, joy. That's the kind of character I love.
Yeah,
well, fun to laugh at.
The two Golden Path characters are dicks. The dude who runs the radio station's a dick.
Fun fact, I never did one of those propaganda missions. I couldn't find them.
Taking those bases over is actually kind of fun.
It is, yeah. That's always been kind of a staple of the series for the past few games, is taking over outposts and stuff, and that's fun. That's really fun.
Yeah, that'd be from 2, 3, and 4, yeah?
Pretty sure, yeah.
If I get caught once, I'll restart the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I just run in the middle of the guys and get myself killed. There's no point otherwise.
You want to do it stylishly and be a badass without getting noticed. It's good.
I want that experience. I want to be max level before I'm even a third of the way through the game.
Hell yeah.
That too. I did that in 3. That's another thing with Completionist Nightmare. There's moments where you can do... Because Far Cry 3 required you to do certain takedowns to unlock the chance to unlock some of the abilities.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, so you had to do a double takedown from below.
There was one point in the game you could do that.
I never did that, so I didn't get that one ability.
Yeah, same here. I didn't get that one either.
It's fucking bullshit.
It pissed me off.
Anyway, we're talking about plot tunnels.
Right, that's a thing.
Someone talk about plot tunnels before I start talking about Fallout.
Let's see. None really come to mind at the moment.
So I see you're not helping me.
I know.
Ken! Is Ken awake?
Yeah, I just randomly fell asleep within 30 seconds.
Okay.
Awesome, okay.
Did you actually? Or
no, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm being a douche.
Wait, does the entire game of the Stanley Parable count?
No, because you have choice. You can do what you want.
Alright.
Actually, one could argue, once you get to the wacky waving arrow path thing,
where it's on the walls and stuff?
Yeah, it just starts running up the walls and the ceiling and stuff. Yeah, at that point, you're pretty much on a plot tunnel. You're going that way, and that's how it's going to go. I guess. But, that whole game is pretty much about choice.
And there's choice to begin with, and then once you've chosen, you're kind of locked into that path. But, I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't consider that railroading or anything. I'm looking at my Steam library, and I'm not seeing any other ones.
Oh, I got one. Have you ever played the game Dark Cloud?
Yeah, I played the second one briefly.
Okay, well, in Dark Cloud, basically, entire world basically gets destroyed, and you are the only one that can bring it back with this thing on your hand that basically got the entire world memorized in it, and you can like put houses and stuff where you want to, on towns and stuff. You're like basically rebuilding the world. But you don't get the full benefits of the game if you don't put everything back the way it tells you to.
So like you can't be original about rebuilding your stuff?
Not really, because they tell you, I like my house here facing the sun or something, or I like my house over here underneath this windmill, or I like to be surrounded by rivers, or stuff like that. If you do all that stuff, you get things to help you along in the story. If you don't, it's way harder.
I believe you can talk about Fallout now.
Okay. Alright. Let's start from the beginning of Fallout, shall we? From the beginning, you are in Vault 101. This is the plot. We're going to do that. We're going to introduce the game and stuff. It's going to be... It is what it is. It's an intro. It's a tutorial level, if anything.
It's a reboot. Sort of. A refresher, at least. Because not everyone played the first two games.
Not everyone played Elder Scrolls, so they don't quite know how some of the mechanics work and such things. So, you do the intro stuff, you escape the vault, yada, yada, yada. Then you can do pretty much whatever the fuck you want. Yay.
Actually, you could have done whatever the fuck you wanted the second the game started, because you had the option of killing the Overseer in the vault, so who runs the place? You could have killed everyone in there that would have fought back. And that could have been
you can kill everyone you see.
And that could have been your hub. If they'd put it like that. Like your main place.
Yeah, they didn't let you do that, but yeah.
I know they didn't. They could have.
Because they wanted to do that big return to the vault send-up of the ending of Fallout 1, because they think they're on that kind of level. They're not, but they think they are.
You were speaking there.
Yeah, so you leave the vault. You can do whatever the fuck you want now. You can go chase down Dad because you're an idiot. Because, Dad left you in a vault where he knew everyone would immediately go crazy because someone left the vault. And the Overseer goes crazy like he knew he would.
Every time you talk about your dad, I think about the song Daddy Wasn't There from Austin Powers.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Since I apparently need to talk about this, let's talk about Dad from Fallout 3, shall we?
You don't have to, but you want to.
What a piece of shit.
So, he's working on this great, gigantic project to purify the... What was it called? The basin? I
don't remember.
That thing. I don't know what it's called.
It's the thing in the Washington, D.C., the river, whatever it's called. Yeah. So, he's trying to purify that river for some reason. And he's working with his wife. Yay, happy family. Oh, we're having a baby. Woo, we're having a baby. Yay. And then you're born, and the wife dies. And then he's like, okay, well, my wife just died, so,
Bye.
Hey, Brotherhood of Steel guys that put a lot of resources into this. See ya. And then he just runs to the vault and just stays there for the next 16 years. He bribes his way in so that, because he's a doctor and that's a valuable skill. So he bribes himself and you, the baby, into the vault. Where it's safe, because he wants to run away and hide and protect you, I guess. 18 years pass. He has apparently changed his mind about the whole protecting you thing. Because he immediately decides, okay, he/she is now 18 years old, she can protect themselves. Guess I better get back to that whole project that's obviously still going to be going on 18 years after I abandoned it. I'm sure the Brotherhood of Steel forgive and forget, they're nice guys. Yeah, so he leaves the vault again. Surprisingly, this pisses off the authorities of Vault 101, who are very gung-ho about not letting anyone leave the vault.
kind of the main thing. The one rule they have.
So he leaves, gets his best friend killed in the vault, and, puts you in mortal peril because all of the guards, the security force of Vault 101, immediately want to kill you. Or at the very least, interrogate you very, very intensely.
Enthusiastically.
Yes, enthusiastically. That's the word for it. Thank you, Slicer. So, yeah, you are now in mortal peril because Dad is an asshole. And yet the plot wants you to go find him and ask, Daddy, Daddy, why did you leave? In exactly that tone, by the way. I know, because they force you to say it in that tone to fucking Three Dog, the piece of shit. Fucking, what the fuck are you doing in the fucking radio station? Anyway, yeah, so, you chase after Dad. Or, rather, let's get back on track. You can chase after Dad. You can go to Megaton and talk to Moriarty and say, where's my dad? And he'll have you do a thing or something. And you find out that, okay, he went to Galaxy News Radio because for some reason everyone fucking loves Three Dog for some unfucking believable reason. Anyway, you go find Three Dog. And he says, okay, do this for me and then I'll maybe tell you. And you can say fuck you to him in 3 different ways, and then you just pretty much have to say, please, please tell me where my daddy is, I will do whatever you want. I suppose that technically counts as a plot tunnel. Just in that sense that if you want to continue with the main plot as it's set out, point by point, you would have to do it that way.
There is no deviation there is no deviation in how you can take the main story. You have to do it straight up.
Not quite, though.
Can't you just find him yourself in that garage?
You can skip... you can skip Three Dog entirely. You can skip Megaton. You can go straight to Rivet City and talk to Dr. Lee, and she will know what's going on with your dad. I don't think you can just straight up get into Vault whatever number it was to find him. But yeah. Once you find Dad, then you are in a plot tunnel for pretty much the rest of the game. Aside from doing side quests and all that stuff, this is the plot and you're going to stick to it whether you like it or not.
As far as the main quest goes, yeah, it's one path.
The entire rest of the game. So, how many quests was that you managed to do without, getting railroaded? I think that's 3.
It splits up into 5 through 10. I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, it's not a lot.
Oh no, you have to bribe Moriarty. So basically, it's find Moriarty, then find Galaxy News Radio, do the thing with the dish, find Dr. Lee, find the vault. So 5. Fun! Okay, now we're on the railroading bit. So now we're in the plot tunnel. So, Dad wants to go to Rivet City. He goes to Rivet City. You do the thing. Then you get to the Jefferson Memorial. And you're fixing the memorial and stuff. And yay, it's great helping Dad because that's what we want to do after he abandoned us to, power-mongering homicidal maniacs in a vault that we did not know how to escape.
With a BB gun and a baseball bat.
Yep, with a BB gun and a baseball bat. You don't actually have any decent weapons until you steal one, I think. Oh, no, wait, Amata gives you a pistol. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So,
right.
Yeah. Nice go.
But you let her keep it because you're a gentleman like that.
Not that Dad planned for you to have a weapon or anything, mind you. That was not part of his plan. That was lucky happenstance that happened, so, he gets no credit for that.
Yeah, it's lucky that your childhood friend wanted the D and offered to give you a pistol.
Yeah, so... Back to the plot tunnel. You're in the Jefferson Memorial, and Dad wants you to fix stuff, so you go and fix stuff for him. Yay! And then the Enclave show up.
Ooh.
And then you get to watch while your dad does something incredibly stupid. In fact, let's analyze that scene, shall we? The Enclave show up, and they sort of storm into the main purifier chamber, whatever you want to call it. Basically lock the door behind them so they can't get out. Colonel Autumn's in there. He's trying to browbeat Dad into handing over the purifier. That doesn't work. This thing doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Canonically, we cannot get it to work. We were basically just cleaning it up and tidying it up before we talk to someone who might be able to secure it while we try to get it to work. This thing is entirely fucking valueless. Yet, for some unexfucking-plainable reason, Dad decides, well, I abandoned my child once, but it kind of came back. That wasn't supposed to happen. I need to do something to make sure that they can't follow me anymore. Because they're really fucking annoying. I know! I'll kill myself and everyone around me. For no reason.
But your dad has faith that you'll fix the machine.
Okay. Why?
Because bad writing.
I mean, no, even if you, say, had, like, a science or repair background or medicine or something or whatever, even then, you're 18 years old. He is an experienced, well-accredited doctor. He knows a fuck ton more than you. Why is he killing himself for this project that doesn't work? He could just fucking leave.
I would argue it's because you get stuff done. I mean, at that point in the story, you've probably done at least some of the side missions, so he's heard you on the radio, getting things done.
Okay. Apparently that's true. He has heard that you do stuff
yeah, but
on the radio.
all of that shit is done with violence. Nothing scientific.
Pretty much the only thing that he comments on for what you've done is nuking Megaton. So, say, for example, you are the kind of character that, talk to Mr. Burke and is like, yeah, I feel like nuking a town today. So you nuke a town for him. Dad hears about this and thinks, that boy of mine is a real go-getter. I'm sure he'll be perfect for, putting together my project for saving humanity. He seems like a real humanitarian, my son does.
But he gets things done, you see.
Those things aren't altruistic.
He's being hopeful that that getting things done doesn't involve blowing up the machine.
Even though everything he knows you've done is blow shit up.
He probably should have suspected something when you were still in the vault shooting the legs off rad roaches and not killing them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So after that, we're still in the plot tunnel, by the way, because after that, you have to escape the purifier. Dr. Lee demands, does not ask, does not beg, does not plead, demands in a very sharp tone that you take her to the Citadel through these tunnels that take you straight to the door of the Citadel for whatever reason. So now we are literally in a plot tunnel, because we're in a tunnel that only has the plot in it. So, you go through the plot tunnel to the Citadel, and now you are working for the Brotherhood of Steel.
Fuck those guys.
That's what happens. No arguments. You are working for the Brotherhood of Steel now.
Yep.
No choice of whether to support them or anything. You just... That's your faction now. I hope you like it.
Most people don't.
Don't know whether you want it to be a good guy or a bad guy, but fuck it, you're a good guy now.
Instead of that, I'd have been like, fuck the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm going to go to the Outcasts and be like, hey, I got this thing at this Jefferson Memorial. It's pretty valuable if we get it to work, so how about I roll with you guys? You guys are cool. It's technology.
Fallout 3 makes me so sad, you guys. But you know, we're still in the plot tunnel. So, you work for Brotherhood now. And, what was the next bit? Oh.
Little lamp
that
light.
Was the next
Little
bit.
lamp light.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. This is probably the worst example of plot tunnel ever. Because you can go through Little Lamplight to get to the vault 80, whatever number it is.
87.
Thank you. I didn't know the number off the top of my head. Miniature round of applause for Ken. Anyway. So you can go through Little Lamplight, deal with the shitty, annoying kids, whatever way you want. Child at Heart perk probably makes it a lot fucking easier. You can do that. Funny thing, there is actually, legitimately, canonically, there is an entrance to Vault 87.
You mean there's one that's locked and irradiated to all hell?
You are explicitly not allowed to go in there. It's not... I don't think it's necessarily locked, but it is irradiated
I
to the
made
point...
it all the way there. It's locked.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because it gives you, like, plus 1,947 rads every second you're in it. 1,000 is the max, by the way, before you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had every bit of radiation stuff I had on, and then I was just downing rad away as fast as I could press the button.
Yep. So, you go through Little Lamplight. You get to Vault 87 and do the thing. Brian Fawkes. It's a nice lady, technically. And you get the Gek, which is the thing that you need to fix the water purifier. Even though either that's definitely not what a Gek is, it's basically blueprints for equipment to make farming and stuff easier. Or it's basically a life bomb, Genesis planet style, that could be used to make arable farming land and clean water. But who wants that anymore? So yeah, you get the Gek, and apparently the Enclave can just... You know that other door? They can apparently go through that.
Of course they can. They're the government.
So basically, you go through a plot tunnel, so, you know, the villains can go through their own plot tunnel.
Theirs is better than yours.
You can't go through the same one, because that would be crazy. So yeah, you get kidnapped by the Enclave. Remember that plot tunnel? We're still in it. I don't see the light yet. So, now you're kidnapped by the Enclave, and the Enclave soldiers are either with you or against you, depending on whoever's shouting into the radio at the time. And you talk to the President, who's a computer. And you can put FEV in the purifier for whatever stupid reason.
Which kills you, because by this point you know you were born in the wasteland.
It kills literally everyone, except the Enclave. And possibly the people that were in the vaults. Who are mostly dead at this point anyway. Yeah.
I hope you grab that energy weapons bobblehead, because it will blow up forever.
That too, but that's incidental. Yeah, so you can do that or you could not. I highly suggest not, because that's a really stupid thing to do. Even for an evil character, that is really dumb. So
most evil is fueled by self-preservation. That's the opposite of that. That's being stupid and suicidal.
Yeah, pretty much. That's being the Joker, more or less.
Yeah,
and even then, he would have a cure for it as well. So he would live.
It's literally the Joker thing, because poisoning the Gotham, whatever,
water supply,
yeah.
Yes, that's what he did. Yeah. So, that was the thing. You blow up the Enclave somehow. I forget how. I don't care.
You convince the president to self-destruct.
Oh yeah, that's a thing you can do, or you could just leave and somehow it blows up anyway.
He gets into a fight with his second command, and then he blows him up. Or something like that.
Oh yeah, incidentally.
That dude's alive.
Yeah, that dude who, was in the room with Dad, who was, everyone's getting killed by Dad because he's a dumbass.
Wait, that was the same guy?
Yep.
That was the same guy, that's Colonel Autumn.
What?
Fan explanation, I don't know whether it's been quote-unquote confirmed by word of God, but he sticks a needle into himself before he goes down, which supposedly saves his life or something. Blech. Yeah, apparently the Enclave have super chemicals that can undo billions of rads, I guess. Anyway, so, incidentally, the whole plot with Eden and Colonel Autumn, they're at odds because Autumn doesn't want to do the FEV plan. Because it's stupid, but, he doesn't want to do it. So, Autumn basically just wants to turn on the purifier so that, the Potomac becomes pure water. And the Brotherhood want to turn on the purifier because they want the Potomac to be pure water. But we have to stop the Enclave because we have to stop the Enclave because they want the Potomac to be pure water.
They can't want what we want. Only we get what we want.
Yeah, so you're siding with the good guys, apparently, so that the good guys can stop the bad guys doing what they're trying to do, because the good guys want to do what the bad guys are trying to do. Because they're good guys.
That one I can kind of get because if the Enclave was in control of the water, they would want you to join the Enclave. Or die.
Whatever. So, it's the final attack on the Enclave, on the water purifier, so that you can be the one to flip the switch, I guess. And they have a giant robot and stuff, and you can, go and get the water purifier going. This is the worst plot tunnel ever.
The worst plot tunnel with the best mascot, though. Liberty Prime is awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice big flashy thing, so it can distract you from how stupid the rest of it is.
I am thoroughly distracted and amused, okay?
I know, but it's the worst plot tunnel because it's a plot tunnel that has a stupid, irrepressibly stupid plot. Dad's plan made no sense. Not only did it make no sense, because, everyone's apparently doing fine with the shitty water. Apparently that one beggar outside Megaton is kind of having a hard time, but aside from that, everyone's cool. Aside from that, he abandoned that plan for 18 years, yet everyone was okay with it when he came back. Or rather, no, they didn't know about it when he came back. He came back and then immediately died, and then everyone was like, the guy that was basically the lead planner and designer and everything for everything we've been trying to do is dead. Bah, we can make it anyway. It's fine. Yeah. So, that happens. And, what was I going on about? I've forgotten. I've lost my train of thought because this is very jumbled. Right, so you go in and you pure water for everybody because fucking yay, that's what is important, or you're an idiot. And, I forgot about the worst bit. And everyone comments on the Forks bit, or the Charon bit, whichever you prefer. where you have a companion that can survive radiation, but you have to do it anyway. Yes, I know they fixed it. It doesn't count. This was their stupid story. That was how they wanted to write it, and they wrote it. So you have a plot tunnel
that gets off on radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a plot tunnel that forces you to kill yourself. Or be an evil guy and kill someone else. Even though there are clear, very, very explicit options that would allow both of you to survive anyway.
Oh, no, this is your story, says the gigantic radiation-proof super mutant.
Oh, and incidentally, even in the expansion, Brotherhood of Steel, or whatever it was called, Broken Steel, that was it. Even if you don't go in the radiation tank, or whatever the fuck it's called, you still get knocked out for 3 weeks. No explanation why, you just kind of do.
When it activates.
It's an org.
Yeah, apparently you're close enough this time that, you get knocked out for 3 weeks, even though you did exactly the fucking same thing when your dad killed himself.
No, this time you had an orgasm of evil when you sent lions in instead of yourself, and it was too much for you.
You know what? I'm probably going to do that in my full-out playthrough just because of how much of a bitch she was to me as soon as she met me. I did not realize how much of a bitch she was the first time I played this game.
Who?
Lions.
Oh, right. Yeah, her.
Yeah, the woman. Yeah. Fucking nuked me. Bitch. Anyway. So yeah, 3 weeks later, you get up, and now you officially work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Remember how you were sort of pseudo-working for the Brotherhood of Steel? And, you're kind of just going along with it because they're helping you do the thing that your dad apparently wanted you to do, even though it's stupid and you shouldn't be doing it because you're a different character than that and you probably just only know for blowing up Megaton. Yeah, that. Now you just work for the Brotherhood of Steel and you don't get to argue against it. At all. You are literally now part of their ranks.
Yeah.
You don't even get paid for the missions you do anymore.
What would you even be paid in, anyway? Do they use money
caps?
Or do they use caps?
Caps. Yeah. So, after all of that, you do some more bullshit where you have to defeat the other Enclave base, because apparently there was another one. And finally, gloriously, we escape the plot tunnel. In the final moments of the plot, we escape the tunnel to a glorious, wondrous choice. Which faction do you nuke? Most people probably pick the Enclave. Most people probably did not realize how heinous the Brotherhood of Steel are in this game. So, I implore everyone out there who plays Fallout 3 to, for once, embrace the choice that they have finally given you and destroy the schmucks that have been holding the reins and just ride free into a new world free of metal fucking men that demand that you do things for them and give you a choice in the matter.
Hell, I'm motivated. Next time that goes on sale, I'm going to get it and then play that. That sounds fun.
This has been Nuke the Citadel, a message from Casey.
Endorsed by the Fandom Flux.
Sponsored by the Fandom Flux podcast. I really hate the Brotherhood of Steel.
You know that's going on the highlight reel, right? That little speech there at the end.
As soon as I stop making a highlight reel, I guess.
Yeah, sure. There's that pesky step.
Yeah, pesky it is. Alright. Oh god, after all that talking, I've got it? Okay. Alright, anything else to say for plot tunnel?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well.
Yeah. 1, don't do it. 2, if you're gonna do it, make it at least a decent plot, for fuck's sake. Not even decent. Make it make sense. For the love of fucking God, make your story make sense.
Oh, sorry, yawn. I was going to say something. But if you do it, make that logical path be the best one, but I'm almost conflicted in saying don't have the illusion of choice. Just be clear about it. Like, finding out that vault door to 87 was locked was just a massive punch to the face. I hated that.
It should be an option. I don't know why they didn't make it an option. Anyway, anything else to say?
Nah.
Nope.
Alright, well, I guess I can't put it off anymore. So, we started this new dramatic reading thing that we're doing. 0... Yeah, that happened last week. Yeah. Homer Simpson punched out Zeus. That was a thing that happened. Goddamn
Still looking forward to hearing
sometimes.
that.
Mm-hmm. So, we're going to swap from reading the very possibly intentionally bad to the, the good. Let's go with the good for once, shall we? Let's not be mocking fanfiction authors that are really just a punching bag at this point. Everyone mocks fanfiction.
It's true.
So, I will be reading a very short fic, 782 words, called Improv by Adrian Tolberg. The description is, somebody had to have tried this. The media was camped out in front of the precinct. Standard operating procedure when he was caught. Again. One detective knew a guy that drove a snack van that followed the circus around. In exchange for making some parking tickets disappear, GCPD got a few minutes' notice before the pack arrived. This allowed the squad car escorting the prisoner to divert to an ancillary office, where he could be booked in relative peace. One officer was driving. The other was watching the prisoner with an eagle eye. The prisoner was uncharacteristically silent, simply smiling at his watcher. The cruiser pulled up a few blocks from the HQ, and the driver pulled out a cell phone, hitting the auto dial. The phone he was calling was just like this one, cloned. After this conversation, the phones would be disposed of. He'd heard too many mistakes made by perps in order to repeat them. Ready when you are. Let's do this. Ooh, sounds intriguing. It's the wrong voice. I suck. Anyway, the two ignored the prisoner as they drove off and turned into the parking bay behind the HQ. Officers David Moore and Arnie Miller got out of the car, scanning the area. They then opened the door, dragging the 6'5" prisoner out of the seat and onto his feet. Moore on his left, Miller on his right. Officer Glenn Rucker was waiting, casually dangling his pistol from his hand. The pistol whipping already? Moore gave the area another glance. Shut up. Seriously, I'm getting a Brokeback vibe here. Rucker wasn't in the mood for preliminaries. Got the cuffs? Miller held up a pair of police-issue handcuffs. He got a buddy in the labs to doctor the mechanism so it looked like the catch broke due to metal fatigue. 1,000 to 1 accident. And unless they got the budget of CSI, it'd stand up to the imminent investigations. The guys inside will wait a minute after they hear the shots. The Joker's face twisted into exaggerated comprehension. Ha! The old shot while trying to escape trick. Moore got the idea when he heard the commish had been unsuccessful in getting the extra budget for maintenance, even when some kids had smashed the single camera covering this area. It didn't take too long to find a few others who shared the same idea. Gordon and the guy in the batsuit might want to preserve the whole murder is wrong concept. But there were things out there that just needed killing. They had the number one candidate right here. A simple, direct plan and alibi. An unforeseen accident causing an unfortunate but justifiable response. Tragic. Simply tragic. Moore went through it one more time. He grabbed his gun. He pointed to Rucker. You shoot him first, then I fire another few rounds into him. We forgetting anything? The Joker was fastidiously dusting off his lapel. Keep my hands free of blood spatter so you can make the switch to the defective cuffs with a minimum of forensic evidence. Moore rolled his eyes. We already... He stopped. The evidence before their eyes was all too slowly resolving into a horrible, inescapable concept. The Joker's hands held apart to shoulder level. The bent safety pin in his left hand only counterpointed his bone-white smile. Ta-da! He's loose! He's loose! Get him! Get him! Purple-gloved hands grabbed Miller with a convulsive speed and wrenched the surprised man in front of him. The world slowed to a tachycyclic crawl. Just as Rucker finally drew and fired, the Joker drew Miller's gun. A perfect hole exploded in Miller's forehead. Moore drew his gun. The Joker fired, Rucker's throat exploding in a burst of blood and viscerals. While shoving Miller's body into Moore, the dead weight of his partner knocked Moore off his feet, his gun dropping to the ground. Scrabbling for the weapon, he glanced up, froze. The Joker held the barrel of the weapon directly between Moore's eyes. Even with other people's material. While cocking the hammer, he started giggling. I'm the one who delivers the punchline. The Joker's finger tightened. Two uniformed officers heard the shots and grinned at each other while counting backwards from 60. In a minute, they'd run out, see the horrible tragedy of the prisoners shot down on police property. Tragic. Simply tragic. Yeah. So that's a good concept. Basically,
that was really good.
Precious me. All over the place, I swear. Anyway. So, it's a good concept. It's a thing that everyone says should have happened at some point. It's the Joker. He's a criminal, but he's not like a supervillain by super standards. Yes, he's the Joker. He's just a regular guy-ish.
He's just a person. He's not a supervillain. Yeah. Despite not in abilities anyway.
Yeah. So you would expect at some point either a crooked officer or, someone that got like a family member got killed or a friend or something, and he wants revenge. Something like that had to have happened at some point. This is a pretty realistic scenario for what would happen. Or for why, while someone might have done it, it didn't work. So, I was very appreciative of that idea, of how it might go down. It's a bit clumsy in the phrasing on occasions, but, it doesn't read quite as well aloud as it does in your head, I guess. But it's still a very good one. This author, by the way, is still writing. Adrian Tolberg. I'll link his profile in the link dump. And you can check out some of his stuff. Like I say, he's still writing. Most recently updated in April, which was a Doctor Who fic. He writes a few of those now, and a lot of DC stuff by the looks of it. That's a Marvel. So yeah, cool stuff. I might actually look at some of this stuff when I have time. And I promise not to read any more of it unless I actually know how to do the impressions at the time.
You did fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Joker's hard.
It's hard when you forget what the Joker actually sounds like halfway through your reading. So... ironically, that would have been a better laugh than the one I was trying to do at the time. Anyway.
Probably. Oh, well.
Oh, well, indeed. I gave it a go. I'll get better at it as we go on. Because this is the thing we're still going to do. On occasion. Not on occasion. Probably pick something out every episode for someone to read. Anyway, on to the last thing. Recommendations. Slicer said he has one that he wants to... It basically sounded like he wants to recommend again.
Pretty much, yeah. So, as many of you know, my internet is ass. Just terrible. So, I would like long fix with long chapters that I can open multiple chapters of and just be good if the internet drops out for long periods of time. So, hey, better left unsaid by Kenshi. It works.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Really? Really? See, you say that. I'm pretty sure you recommended that like 2 weeks ago.
That's why I said I'm pretty sure I've recommended it.
That... I thought it would be like from episode 30 or something.
No. Let him go. Talk about why
please,
I'm so awesome.
Gosh, please.
What was that?
Talk about why I'm so awesome, please. If you may.
Alright, sure. Everything seems planned out. It all seems logical. Everything goes the way it's supposed to. Except for, the surprise things, cliffhangers, stuff like that. It's literally restored my faith in fanfiction, which had been failing for a while now. So, awesome. Thanks for that. And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. I think Ken needed that.
That was a weird sound you just made. Okay.
Houston, we have no problems.
I was expecting him to go with lift off there, like he's got a boner.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I was expecting.
God,
but apparently
I've heard 2 of my 3 cast members' orgasm sound now. Ugh.
But apparently this is for late Kenshi Day, because my recommendation is basically a recommendation that Ken made like 3 weeks ago, called The Beast of Gramarye. It's the high school DxD fic. I forget what it was about because I haven't looked at it in a little while. I'm just going to remind myself. Naruto is basically reborn as a baby, and Serzex Lucifer takes him in. And he pretty much stays human, despite being raised by devils in the underworld, and becomes super badass and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Dude that writes it's pretty nice, too. He's a cool guy. Dude that writes it's a pretty nice guy, too. It's pretty cool.
We should see if he can back up as a fucking guest star or something, because, for some reason, people seem to keep not being able to show up. It's almost like, for the past 2 weeks, we've had 3 people on instead of 4. Strange how that works out.
It's almost like scheduling is hard.
Yeah. That is a cool avatar, by the way.
You're looking at his avatar. It's a Mudkip mixed with a Bulbasaur.
It's really cool.
That's weird, but okay.
It's adorable. It's so cute. It's got a little face thing. Yeah. Little orange seed bulb thing on its back. Yeah. I want one.
Right. Kenshi has to change his pants, and I need to mow the lawn, so should we wrap this up, or?
Hey, I don't have to change my pants at all.
You're right, you don't.
You probably should. They'll stink otherwise.
I'm not going to plot tunnel you into that, but I mean, it's a good idea.
They'll peel off.
Oh. Also, it would ruin them, by the way. You're supposed to wash them after that. So. Just get all crusty, and then no one ever wants to see them ever.
I got Slice with a legit laugh, so I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Anyway, I guess we're finishing then. What's the date today? It's 31st. Okay, so we're not doing the Patreon thing yet. That's next week. So, I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 96. 6?
Yes,
6?
96.
6? Okay. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the blogspot. No, you can't. You can do so through the YouTube channel, through the comments. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. We have a new Patreon reward. If you donate $5, you can choose to have. You can select a chapter of something for us to read. Ideally, something quite short, because it does take a bit.
If it's longer, please choose like 1,000-word segment or something like that.
Yeah. So do that, and one of us will probably do a reading, or if you like, we could have, like, if it's only got a few characters in it, we could probably have people do voices and one of us act as narrator.
Sure. That
could be cool. Up to you. So, you would choose that if you want to do that. Yeah, so once again, I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 96. Bye now.
Bye.
See ya.